How's that? Can you hear me now? Thank you for letting me know. You know what's funny is I put this up so I can, troubleshoot everything and make sure everything's good before I actually start doing the stuff. And I mute my microphone so you can't hear me like clicking around and stuff while I'm setting up everything that needs to be set up. Now I feel silly. Thank you for letting me know. I got my first pair of 6-star speed boots. I wonder how many, actually. I appreciate you telling me, Dark Boon. There were 3 other viewers in here before you, and no one thought it prudent to mention that to me, that nobody could hear me. Maybe they're just like looking at the glare on top of my head. They're just mesmerized by how shiny the top of my head is. Man. So since you couldn't hear anything I was saying, let me rewind back and go through all of it again. So I was talking about my plans for the future of this team specifically. So right now, I've got Soulbond Bowyer at level 50. Once there's a champion training event that pops up that is worth my energy, both in-game energy and mental energy, I'm going to 6-star my Soulbond Bowyer. After that, the next champion I want to build is my Kale. And Kale is going to come in on this team and replace Frozen Banshee. So I won't be sacrificing anything in terms of poisons, but I will be gaining extra AoE damage. I'm glad that I got a couple people. I don't know. Either I'm not as tricky as I thought I was, or people were already aware that it was April Fool's Day. But I did a survey on my community tab to see if, I got anybody. And the majority of the people were saying no. So, I tried. Either that or people don't want to admit that I got them. Yeah, it's whatever. As long as I got one person, that's all I care about. But it's also possible that, like, I wanted to post it like right at midnight my time, because I knew, because every year on April Fool's Day, all the content creators put out like April Fool's videos. Yeah, I did get the new promo code. I got it was like a 5-star chicken, 100 energy, a bunch of multi-battles, some silver, I think. Yeah, the 5-star chicken is big. I forgot what it was. For anyone who's watching who did not get the promo code, let me find it real quick. It was a pretty, simple one. Yearly Gift. YEARLYGIFT. This is what you get. Oh, it's a 4-star chicken. Never mind. So 4-star chicken, 10 brews, 500,000 silver, 100 energy. There's one more multi-battle pack above here. I just wanted to scroll down to get all the juicy stuff. So 150 multi-battles on top of all that. Yearly Gift. One word. For that promo code. But yeah, as I was saying, while I was muted. So Kale's going to replace Frozen Banshee, and I'm going to build him after I build Soulbond Bowyer. then I think the next champion that I want to build is going to be Drexthar Blood Twin. And he's going to come on this team to replace Coffin Smasher. So right now, my only AoE damage dealer is War Maiden. So with Kale and Drexthar Blood Twin, I'll have a total of 3 AoE damage dealers. So that should speed this up a ton. And I mentioned it at the top of the stream, but apparently I was muted. Nice. I grinded out War Maiden's masteries, and we got War Master on War Maiden. So that has made it so she is now faster than Gravechill Killer on this team, and I have her built in a Guardian set to help keep Haikatun from dying. Actually, while I'm not in the middle of a dungeon run, let me check. Okay, we got time for one more run. So it won't be too long before this is actually a pretty reasonably quick run. So that'll be exciting. What I need to do is make an actual like physical checklist to go down to make sure I don't have another incident where I'm the first 15 minutes of my stream I'm muted and not realizing it. So like that guy that died right there, whatever his name is, he's usually the only one who actually takes enough poison damage for it to be relevant that I'm even doing poisons with Frozen Banshee, because he's about dead anyway. Like, he's gonna die from the attack, regardless of the poisons. No worries, Wolf. You didn't miss much. I was just miming for the first 15 minutes of the stream anyway, so... Naps are important. I was taking a nap earlier too. I did not get a lot of sleep today. Actually, my wife and I decided we're going to upgrade our internet service provider. So we're going to have fiber internet. So this should be 1 gigabyte per second internet speeds, upload and download. So right now, my current speeds are about 200 download, but only 20 upload. And the upload speed affects my ability to stream, like live stream like this. Because I'm uploading my data to the internet, to a server, and then it gets broadcast to you guys. And then your download speed is what allows you to watch what I'm streaming. So for me, upload speed is way more important. So to go from 20 megabytes per second upload speed to a gigabyte, that's like 50 times faster. So hopefully on Monday the 15th, the guy will come out and hook us up, and my internet will be supercharged, and I might be able to stream in 4K. I don't know. I don't know if YouTube lets you do that or not. And I don't even have 4K monitors, so I don't know why I would, but just to know that I have the capacity to is kind of exciting. Yeah, and it's actually going to be $30 cheaper than what we're currently paying. So we're going to get like a $30 discount on our monthly internet bill for way more internet. It's kind of insane. So I bought 2 Ethernet cables. So I got a 50-foot cable to route to my wife's computer, which is this... the computer I'm currently using, which is what will become my wife's computer. So when my new PC arrives, I have a 25-foot cable to route to that. So I'll have a hard line so we don't have any more incidents like we had on Friday night where I disconnected. That's strange. If you have fiber internet, it still feels like your internet is sluggish. It could be your, like, if you're streaming over Wi-Fi, your Wi-Fi receiver might not have the bandwidth capacity to receive, like, 1 gig internet, or if you're using an Ethernet cable, your cable might not have enough bandwidth to support it. So it could just be, depending on what you're using, it could be your hardware. Because that's why I got 2 more cables, because this Ethernet cable that I'm using, I don't think it's like full-on 1 gigabyte capacity, because this cable is like 15 years old. Huh. Oh, wait. Crit rate, crit damage. If this was accuracy, this would be so good for Armiger on Scarab King. Damn. Alright, let's check the arena real quick. Dude, why am I so high up? Look at my defense. Is no one doing tag arena today? Does nobody want their gold bars from the bazaar? Fight me, you cowards. I want free wins. Oh, exciting news. I got the defeat a Faction Wars boss quest today, and I managed to beat it for the first time with these guys, and I didn't have to steal gear from anybody. Well, okay, I stole gear from a level 40 Armiger to give one of these guys more resistance, because he had a really nice 2-piece resistance set. So I had to run it like 4 or 5 times to get like the good RNG where like they didn't get feared a bunch of times, like they resisted the fear, or when they didn't resist the fear, they didn't lose their turns. So it took me like 5 or 6 tries, but I finally got it, and then I pushed up to stage 10. In Faction Wars Demon Spawn, so that was pretty cool. I wish I could... Yeah. Arena is... I did a bunch right after reset because I wanted to make sure I didn't get knocked down into 4, but now I'm so high up, well, not high up, but I'm more towards the middle rather than like being at the lower echelon where all the rest of the one-man teams are. So I think I made a mistake and did too much arena this morning after reset, so now I'm kind of slightly higher than I would normally be at this point. Man, I'm so excited to 6-star Soulbond Bowyer, man. I really want to see her damage. I've never built one before. On my last account, I almost built one. I think I leveled her up to level 40 or level 50. I don't remember which, but I had just ranked her up, and as soon as I was about to like rank her up further, I pulled a Cold Heart, and it's like, oh, I guess I don't need this Soulbond anymore. So this will be the first account where I've ever built a Soulbond Bowyer. Because this is the first account where I've never pulled Cold Heart. So like once she's 6-star, I should be able to auto farm 15 Spider. Because that was one of the biggest issues I was running into the other night when I was trying to progress it. And Spider was that Soulbond would become the target of the Spiderlings when my Magic Affinity tank died. So what I think I need to do is do all 5 enemies... Or sorry, all 5 of my team Spirit Affinity, so that Shield Guard is always the tank, and if I can control the big spider's turn meter so that she never attacks anyone, then Shield Guard will stay the spider tank for the Spiderlings, and I'll be able to farm 15. Why is Frozen Banshee getting attacked? I mean, I know she's low HP right now, but how did she get lower than High Katoon? I wasn't paying attention. And if I still can't farm 15 at that point, Drexthar will become my affinity tank because he will be neutral, where High Katoon, Shield Guard, Soulbond, and Armiger are strong affinity to 15. So if Drexthar is the only negative affinity, then he'll be the tank. Sorry, I lost my train of thought because I was watching my I was watching my team play. And Drexthar being the tank is a good thing because his passive places HP burns. And also, if I put him in lifesteal gear, because I don't have any regen at this point, so if I put him in lifesteal gear, he'll heal himself up when he attacks all the spiderlings. And also place decrease attack if he provokes them when he attacks too. It's gonna be nice. I'm so excited for Drexthar, man. Speaking of Drexthar, forget what I was doing. I think I was just watching YouTube and playing Raid last night. But when my alarm went off to get Drexthar, I was like, alright, cool. As soon as this runs over, I'll go get him. And then I completely forgot. And I was like, an hour later, I was like, oh, I gotta get my Drexthar fragment. So now it's like an hour back further into the night. I don't know. It's just really annoying. So now it refreshes at like 1 o'clock in the morning, which it's not that big a deal because I work nights, so I'm already awake at 1 in the morning. It's just annoying that like it keeps getting pushed back every time I forget. And I try to set my alarm so it goes off like 2 or 3 minutes before the fragment is up. So that way, if I'm in the middle of a run, maybe I should put like a snooze timer on it. I thought about skipping it for a day. That's definitely crossed my mind, and I've done that in the past on previous accounts. But man, I really want to get him ASAP because he's just going to be so massive. It doesn't look like turning off Frozen Banshee's poisons for the second wave is slowing this down much. But I do want to turn on her A2 so she can turn meter boost when she's not doing poisons. So like, even if there's only like 3 debuffs, it'll still be a 6% turn meter boost for everybody. It's better than nothing. Oops. Save. Okay, I don't think it's been 15 minutes, but I want to check. No, okay, we got time for 2 more runs. Yeah, I've done the skip a fragment to reset it trick in the past, but I don't know, man. I'm too excited. Eventually it'll just happen naturally because I'll forget and then but yeah, what I could do is just let it go and get it first thing in the morning when I wake up, or set it so that it resets when all the quests and stuff reset at midnight UTC, which is like 7 p.m. my time. But I'll just keep doing my best to get it when it's up. Sometimes I'll forget and it'll get pushed back a little, but it's not the end of the world. Man. I know he's not generally regarded as a clan boss champion. And I don't know who he would replace, but I want to try him in clan boss just to see what happens. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, Wolf. Yeah, the time zones. I thought about waiting an extra 2 hours, so for the people on the West Coast. Sorry, my dyslexia, I get east and west and left and right mixed up sometimes. So, West Coast. I thought about waiting 2 hours to post that April Fool's video for the people on the West Coast, but I recorded that video the day before, and it has been like I've been dying to post it so bad. Like I have no chill when it comes to that kind of thing. I had to do it at midnight. I couldn't wait any longer. Oh, Rianne, very nice. I think she's going to be, because on this account, I'll never have access to Madame Serari. So I think Rianne could be a nice potential arena option for Buff Stripper for me until I get Romantia, which probably won't happen because I'll have to get into Gold Tag Arena, which arena on this account is going to be is going to be a nightmare. Is a nightmare. Anything related to PvP is just going to be horrible on this account because I'm competing against people who have been playing for 5 years, who have, even if they're free to play, they have 5 years with the champion and gear progression. And there's just no way I'm going to catch up. It's impossible. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to Rand. Plus, she does an AoE weaken, which will allow her to pair very nicely with, what is her name? Marquez. Spirit Affinity, Demon Spawn, defense-based AoE nuker, Marquez. If the enemies are under weaken, her A2 will hit twice. And if it hits twice, then it has a 7 times defense multiplier, which makes it the hardest hitting defense-based AoE attack in the game. So, yeah. Ooh, 82 fragments from Mithrala. That's nice, man. And 84 for Yakarl. Those are both big. Yeah, for Doom Tower Hard Wave, Vizix and Yakarl are going to be my primary crowd control champions. And then I'm going to have Seal of the Drakes for additional crowd control and healing and a revive. And then I'm going to use High Katoon for my speed champion to keep everybody moving fast. And Vizix also places AoE decreased speed, which will slow the enemies down. And then I just need an AoE damage dealer. So I could use like Akoth the Seared, the Doom Tower normal Secret Room champion. I could potentially use Drexthar. But if I'm already provoking with Vizix and freezing with Yakarl, like, I don't know. I'll have to experiment with who my damage dealer is going to be. Because on my last account, I used Walking Tomb Drang. But I won't have access to him because he does not fall within the parameters of the challenge. And I probably won't pull him. Even if I did pull him, I can't use him on this account. Defense percent. So, for gloves and chest pieces, if it has a premium main stat, as long as it has one premium substat, I've been keeping it. So what I would consider to be premium substats would be speed, crit rate, or accuracy. So because this is premium main stat and a premium substat, I'm keeping this, even though it's a bad set. If this was a weapon, helm, or shield, I probably would not keep this. Because A, it's not a particularly good set, and I've got plenty of, like, just whatever. It would have to be a good set for me to keep something like this. Can't remember if it's time. No, okay. We got time for one more. I was doing the... Oops, I need more energy. And we're burning through that energy fast. I was going to try to do the spider tournament to get the Kale skin, just to see if I could. But the Kale skin is ugly, and it was the amount of energy I was going to have to invest to do it was way more than what I felt like an ugly skin was worth. So I was like, you know what? And the milestones leading up to the skin weren't particularly good either. So I'm like, it's not worth my energy. I would have, like, if my shield guard could farm stage 10 of Spider, I think it would be worth it. But he can't with the gear I have. and I scoured my account a little bit before I started streaming, and I think if I had like 10 million silver, I could build him in a build that could do it, but I don't have the silver to rebuild him right now because I just built Sulban Bowyer. So I think I'm just going to take the L on that one. I'm trying to think. Wolf, that's a good question. Akoth. I felt like there was one more. I mean, I don't remember who. I feel like there was a potential. I think Akoth might be the only AoE burn champion. Oh, I know what I was thinking. Gerda Bogbrew for AoE poisons. She's a potential option for Doom Tower Hard as well. And I wouldn't have to build 350 accuracy on her. I could just turn off her A3 and let her, the weaken on her A2 get resisted, and then that would be a really easy champion to build. And she does the cleanses. I guess I wouldn't want to turn off her A3 because she cleanses on the A3. So I guess what I would do is I could just not build her with accuracy and use her A3 to cleanse and place the poisons with her A2. Yeah. So you don't necessarily need a AoE HP burn champion. An AoE poisoner will work too. So but Gerda Bogbrew's like you got to be pretty deep in the game to get her, and I think I'm gonna probably want to progress through Doom Tower Hard before I get her. Ideally, in a perfect world, I'll be ready to start pushing Doom Tower Hard by the time I get Vizix. That might be a little optimistic. Like, that's what I did on my last account, which was free to play, but I didn't have the other restrictions that this account has. So, on that last account, I got Demetha like a week before I got Dark Elhain. So, basically a month out from where my account is now on this account, where this account's set. And having pulled Demetha, I was able to 2-key Ultra Nightmare every day by like 4 months into the game. So that account got like supercharged because I had pulled a Seeker like 2 weeks before I got Demetha. So that was almost like cheating. Yeah. Hey, what's up, June? Yep, doing Dragon 20. Yeah, it is a good time to re-gear. I rebuilt my War Maiden. She was in Lifesteal for Clan Boss, but she's not on my Clan Boss team anymore. So I built her in Guardian to help keep High Katoon alive, because High Katoon is like the affinity tank on this team. She still dies, but she's dying less because she's taking less damage thanks to the Ally Protect mechanic of the Guardian set. So I just don't have any silver right now. If I had more silver, I'd try to rebuild Shield Guard to do the Spider Tournament, but I can do 11, but Stage 10 offers more Dungeon Divers points. Or not Dungeon Divers, Gear Tournament points, because it drops an abnormally large amount of 5-star gear comparatively to others. So it's not exactly a speed run, but we're getting it done. 4.5 minutes. I think 5 minutes and 45 seconds was my fastest time on my phone. It runs a little bit slower on my phone, but we got super raids, so that's a huge relief. So I would consider this to be a premium main stat. There's no premium substats, but it isn't in a premium set. At least for my stage of account, Lifesteal is pretty premium, so I think I'll keep these for now. I think I only have one other pair of 5-star crit rate gloves open at the moment. Yes, that's exactly right, Wolf. I think I saw a team. Day 35. Okay, well, I'm ahead of you, so don't feel bad that you're only on 18. I think I'm almost 3 months in at this point. Let me check. Yeah, I'm on day 74, so I'm like I've been playing twice as long on this account as you are on yours, so day 35, 18 is pretty good. Oh, I get a legendary book tomorrow. Nice. Was there a team in here I could beat? Yeah, I could beat this one. Hey, I'm getting knocked down a little bit. Yeah, she's dying less. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Yep. Yeah, I mean, it works. And I feel like it takes her, well, I don't know. Usually by the time she dies, Reliquary Tender has the revive up and ready again. But not always. I'm just gonna fight this guy. I'm not being greedy. I'll take 2 wins. Yeah, the 1,000 mystery shards is a chore. If I had the shards available, I would have done the event. But I think I only had like 300 shards, and I could have farmed a bunch of campaign, and it just didn't seem worthwhile to me. Oh, you guys, I don't know if you remember, or if you were watching when I was talking about my new computer setup, but the chair that I got was extremely uncomfortable. I'm sitting in it right now, but I've made some adjustments to it. So I'll show you my new tech. I got some butt pads. So... Oh, you can't see it. I've got the this back pad right here, like bungee corded to the back of the chair, so it doesn't slide off. Yeah, so it would have cost me more to pay to ship this chair back if I returned it than it would have to just buy the butt pads. So I bought the cushions, and they're like this honeycomb gel, which it feels kind of weird to sit on because you can feel the honeycomb texture pattern. They came with covers, but with the covers on, they don't breathe as much. So my butt would still get a little sweaty, which is why I bought this mesh back and mesh seat chair to begin with, because I have what I call chronic swamp ass. And I'm tired of like just getting super sweaty while I'm sitting down and making videos or playing games or whatever. So I got these cushions that have the honeycomb thing because it's supposed to be breathable. And I didn't want to put a non-breathable cushion on a breathable chair because that defeats the whole purpose. So while it feels a little weird, because I can feel the honeycombs on my back, it's actually quite comfortable. So it does work, and it is a lot better. But yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. You know, make do with what you got. Yeah, it would have cost me like $40 to ship the chair back, and I would have had to take it apart and put it all back together, put it all back in the box and get it to fit in the box. So rather than spend $40 to ship it and go through the effort of disassembling it and buying a new chair and putting the new chair back together and taking a risk on whether or not that new chair was going to even be comfortable or not, I was just like, let me just buy a couple cushions for like $30, and it saved me $10. And now I got this cool, like, I don't know, it's comfortable now. It went from being to where I would rather sit on the floor because of how uncomfortable it was to like, oh, it's serviceable now. It works. Hey Wolf, if it works, man. I'm gonna run to the fridge and grab some water. My throat and mouth are getting a little dry from all this yapping I'm doing. I'll be right back. Ugh. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This one was broke, but now it's fixed. But it's working, so. I also wrote a really nasty review. I've never written a review on a product on Amazon before. But I felt compelled to deliver justice. Rest assured, justice has been served. And I was blown away, because like when I went to write my review, it had the majority of 4-star or higher reviews. Like it was rated like 4.2 stars in the reviews, which just goes to show you that like Amazon reviews can't be trusted. Because this is the worst chair I've ever sat in my entire life, and I paid $200 for it. I'm extremely pissed. This chair was a ripoff. No, I did not attach a picture. I thought about it. I probably should have. 1 million damage from War Maiden. Nice. Yeah, no, I definitely should have posted a picture. Would have given my... I think reviews with photos and videos attached to them are placed higher on the list, so I really should have, now that I think about it. I might be able to edit the review. But also, like, it had this... Let me grab the footrest. It had this stupid footrest attached to it. So it slides out from the bottom, and it's like it's so, the ergonomics on it are trash. Like, and it's flimsy like plastic. This is a total gimmick. Like, it wasn't comfortable, it wasn't practical, and in its resting state it's like this. So like when I would sit under it, the heel of my foot would bump into it, and it makes a bouncing noise. Like, I don't know, it was just getting on my nerves, and it was in the way, so I just yanked it off. And then this was the headrest. I took this off because I wasn't using it. It's got these stupid little like wings on the back. I think this was meant to be an office chair, and you could like hang your suit jacket on the back of it. This is meant to be like a hanger, which is a nice feature, but like, if you're using this as your office chair and you're sitting in it for like 8 hours a day, you will have bruises on the back of your legs. This chair is absolute garbage. And I feel like that little hanger behind the headrest just looks stupid. I actually filmed one of my weekly update videos with the headrest on, and those little wings were sticking out the side. I was like, that looks so stupid. I was actually angry with how dumb it looked. Man. Yeah, sorry. I just went off on a tangent. That's something that's been bugging me for a while. So out of everything that I've bought for my new PC setup so far, the only thing I'm not happy with is this chair. So, but my PC has not yet arrived. Soul Drinker. Let's see, hold on. Let me look that up real quick. I want to make sure I'm thinking of the right champion. I feel like if it's the one I'm thinking of, it's a halfway decent champion. Yeah, okay. So, hold on. Let me read this. If make sure I don't want to. Okay. Okay. So what some people use Soul Drinker for is like an arena defense team. So they'll build extremely squishy Soul Drinkers so that they die, and then they'll have somebody like either in Stone Skin or somebody with a passive like Skull Crowns, where when they die, or if they would die, they get unkillable. Or there's Basilisk, who when he dies, he self-revives with block damage on himself. And then like 3 Soul Drinkers. So when the Soul Drinkers die, the bombs go out on the enemies. But then you have this one champion who's left on your team who's like unkillable. So it's kind of a cheesy strat you could use for him in Arena. He's a good affinity for Bommel. He can place this bomb, like, there's potential use cases for him. Generally, for PvE, bombs aren't particularly great, but because bombs can be placed through Stone Skin, you could use it as a cheeky way to beat like really tanky champions like Ultimate Death Knight. And when bombs ignite, they ignore 100% of the enemy defense. It doesn't say what his bomb, the multipliers for his bomb damage is on here. It just says the attack. Like, the attack is particularly... Oh, actually, that's not bad. It hits 2 times. So it's like a 4.4 times attack. But then the bombs get placed. So yeah, I mean, you can use them as like an arena, like anti-stone skin sort of tech. Would probably be his best use case if you're like early to mid game and you don't have someone like a Nishak. Potentially, you could use him to fight Bommel. I'll keep this because if it triple rolls speed, it'd be really good with an accuracy set. And then I would consider this to be worth keeping as well. It's premium main stat with 2 what I would consider to be premium substats. So if this rolls speed at level 12, this would be a really good piece. It's got potential to be a very good piece. Alright, I'm not going to sit around and wait for a minute, so I'll just do another run. Let me get caught up on chat. I was ranting and raving about my stupid chair. I like the optimism, June, but I highly doubt it. How old is your baby, Vanir? I haven't seen you around in a while. Maybe that's why. Because you just had a baby. Another thing I hate about this chair, do you hear those loud noises that it's making? It creaks and cracks, like, really loud. Well, normally, in most scenarios, you could return something for free, but because the chair is so big and heavy, like, I would actually have to pay the postage to return it. So, it's a very large, heavy package. So I'm kind of stuck with it. Oh, I wouldn't be stuck with it, but I would be out the shipping cost. And then if I tried to buy a new chair, and that chair sucked too, like, I just didn't want to keep going through like gambling on chairs, because there's not really like an Office Depot where I live where I can just go and try out chairs by sitting in them. And I really wouldn't get a good feel for how it's going to do unless I could sit in it for like 3 or 4 hours straight. Because when I first sat in this chair, like after I assembled it, I sat in the chair for about an hour or so watching my daughter play Minecraft, and it was perfectly fine. So it was like, I was so excited. And then later that night, I went to make my video, and I was sitting in it for like 4, 5, 6 hours straight. And when I was done, the backs of my legs were sore, my spine was hurting. Like, I was like, Jesus, this chair sucks. So like, even if I went to a store to pick out a chair, I'd have to sit in it for like several hours just to make sure it's actually a good chair. So rather than go through the trouble of being out the shipping cost to return it and taking a gamble on another chair, I was just like, you know what? I'll just buy some cushions and try to make the best out of it. 4 weeks. That's awesome, man. Congratulations. Dude, when my daughter was first born, for whatever reason, the YouTube ads that would play on YouTube were like 50% louder than the volume of the videos that would play. So I would have the volume like low enough that I could hear it, but not so loud that it would wake up my daughter when she was sleeping. Whenever an ad would come on, it was like so much louder. And there was this ad, and because of this, I will literally never buy this product. It was for like Icebreaker's breath mints, and in the ad, it was a unicorn like and like smashing through glass. And then a bunch of people go, break through, break through, break through. And I was like, it was so loud, and it would wake up my daughter every freaking time. It was so infuriating. Like, F you, Icebreaker's breath mints, for waking up my daughter and having such a loud freaking advertisement. Like, unnecessarily loud. Like, glass shattering a unicorn. I hated it, dude. Every time. Jesus. Now I have YouTube Premium, so I don't have to worry about ads, but... Earbuds. Baller move. Yeah, this was in the living room, though, for on the TV. If I was on the PC, I definitely would have earbuds in. But I'd be, like, rocking her and feeding her and, like, trying to get her to go to sleep. She would finally pass out, and that stupid Icebreakers commercial would come on. This isn't terrible, actually. I'll hang on to it. I'm starting to keep more... I'll keep that one. Starting to keep more lifesteal sets. Like, if that wasn't lifesteal, I'd probably sell it. But I'm going to need to build a lot of lifesteal for Faction Wars, I think. I think trying to get Lydia on this account is going to be one of the most challenging while simultaneously gratifying experiences. I'm really looking forward to, like, getting to a point where I'm ready to start pushing for Lydia. Because if not only for, like, the personal challenge of it, but if I can get Lydia on this account, then that means anybody can get Lydia. And if I can do it, then I can make really, really accessible faction war guides. Like, how sweet would that be? Using only rares and free champions that everyone gets access to. Also, I just started picking up... Oh, this resets in a couple hours. Yannicka fragments. I got my first 5. Initially, I wasn't going to build her or get her, because, in my opinion, she's pretty comparable to Cleopteryx, who I'll get for free through the login rewards. But then I started thinking about Faction Wars, like, you know what? I'm not going to have a really good damage dealer for Faction Wars. I mean, Elhain, maybe. Like, she's not bad. But if, like, comparing Elhain side by side with Yannicka, there's no comparison. Like, Yannicka blows Elhain out of the water. So, and that's really, I mean, this one's not bad. She's got the AoE HP burn. But she's a void rare. I might not ever pull her. Aside from that, there's no other like damage dealers. This guy is part of the... No, not that guy. That guy's too good. Is it this guy? No. I've never seen that guy before. Who is this guy? He looks like... His little thumbnail makes him look like one of the villains in G.I. Joe or something. Oh, he's a Sylvan Watcher. Okay, that's why I couldn't find him. I was thinking of this guy. But yeah, no, he's Sylvan Watcher. Yeah, so I think I'm going to try to get Yenneker. But only if I have enough points. So I'm always trying to float at least 500 gold. So when the books pop up in here, I can get all 5 books. But I'm prioritizing Yakarl fragments. And then if I've gotten all my Yakarl fragments and I have enough gold to float for the books and there's some left over, then I'll pick up Yenneker fragments. That's my strategy. Yes, Lydia is from Faction Wars. Yeah, so she is technically within the parameters of my challenge because she is free and permanently available to all players. I just have to earn her. So if I can unlock Lydia on this Rares Only Plus account, if I can do it, then anyone can do it. So that's really exciting. So hopefully I can get her and teach other people how to get her using only Rares Only Plus. Dude, we might level up. Get a free energy refill. So that's something I'm really looking forward to. I mean, that's a really long way off. But I think every time there's a champion training event, I'm just going to do champion training and get as many 6-stars as I can. So every time there's a champ training event, even if there's not somebody who I want to 6-star for, like, what I would consider, like, mainstream content, like Fire Knight, Ice Golem, Spider, Dragon, like that kind of stuff, I can start leveling up people for Faction Wars. Or Doom Tower secret rooms, or Doom Tower bosses. And every time I level up a champion, no matter what I'm leveling them up for, they will be usable in Faction Wars. So even if I'm, you know, just building a Master Butcher for my, you know, Magma Dragon or whatever, that's going to help my Dwarves Faction Wars, because he's a really good rare for Faction Wars too. Yeah, I mean, most factions it's probably worth waiting until you have a good reviver, but on this account, I'm not always going to have access to a reviver, which is what I think is going to make it really challenging and fun. I think the Guardian set is going to be 100% necessary, especially on the factions like Undead Horde, Dwarves. I forget all the factions who have it, but the faction who has the Duelist as the final boss, where his attacks ignore 100% of your defense, and his damage scales off your max HP. So literally the only way to keep people from dying from that is damage mitigation like Ally Protection or Strengthen, or like block damage, which I'm not going to have access to. So I'm going to need Guardian sets to beat that boss. And then ideally lots of healing to heal people back up after they get hit. I think that's going to be a really fun challenge. So basically every silver key that I have is going to be put into whatever the highest level of Griffin is that I could do. So while the Griffin isn't active on this rotation, it'll be active the next rotation and the rotation after that. So now that I think about it, I was talking about maxing out Kale next after Soulbond Bowyer. I might be better off looking at the upcoming Doom Tower bosses and making sure that I have champions built in preparation for those bosses. Because I've never faced the Bone Dragon, or the Eternal Dragon. I call him the Bone Dragon just because he looks like he's all bony. The Eternal Dragon, I've never fought him on this account. So I don't know if I have to beat him, who's on like floor 40, to get to the next level of Griffin, which is floor 50. I've already looked into this. So I need to come up with a strategy to beat the Eternal Dragon so I can unlock level 50 of Eternal Dragon, which will allow me to start getting epic materials for the Forge, which will allow me to craft 4 and 5-star Guardian sets rather than just 3 to 4-star. So I need to start like preparing, making sure I have a plan of attack so I can like really optimize my Guardian set farming. Yeah, ideally, Wolf. Yeah, so basically what I'm going to do is have one designated damage dealer and have them built in the highest damage build that I could build on them. And then the other 4 champions on that Faction War team who have that boss are going to be in Guardian sets. So that'll reduce the damage they take if, well, assuming... See, I don't know how to... I haven't figured out how to guide the aggro from that boss. It might be random. I honestly don't know. But, oh, hey. Take it easy, man. Thanks for hanging out. I've tried increasing the max HP of the target, wondering if that would... You know, because his damage scales off max HP, I've tried a ton of different ways to try to like manipulate the aggro of that boss. It might just be random, honestly. I don't know. If there's a way to guide the aggro of that boss, I haven't figured it out yet. So that's gonna be something that I'm gonna have to work on in the future. When the time comes, do some science, or maybe see if anyone else has figured it out. I'm sure someone's figured it out. There's a lot of people who are a lot smarter than me in this community. So, hopefully there's a video out there. So, like, once... I don't know if the champions I have built right now will be able to just brute force through the Eternal Dragon on stage 40, or if I'm going to have to build a team designed specifically to counter his mechanics. I've never gotten that high before. On that rotation. That was the first rotation that was up when I started this account. And I think... I forget which boss I got stuck on. Oh, Nether Spider. So that's another thing. I'm going to have to build a team that can beat Nether Spider. I've pulled 2 more Reliquary Tenders. So I could resort to doing something cheesy as building 3 Reliquary Tenders, High Katoon, and then Drexthar. I should have Drexthar by the time I have to face Nether Spider again. And if it works, it works, you know. Hopefully I won't have to build 3. Maybe I can. Hopefully I can get away with just building 1. And then if I can crowd control the spiderlings or just nuke them hard enough to kill them, that's a potential. Because like my Aethel was really close to being able to kill them last time, but I think she was... Sometimes she would kill them, sometimes she wouldn't. So her damage was like right there, right on the edge. So I'll have to see. That's funny. My build on Reliquary Tender right now, I think it's like 50,000 HP and 2,500 defense in a Guardian set. So I've got like HP and or defense accessories with an HP banner. Since I have Coffin Smasher to place the big version of decreased attack, I don't really care about accuracy on her build. She only places the small version, and it's only like a 50% chance to place it anyway. We'll look at her build after this, just to be sure, but it's high HP, high defense, So she has, I forget which is which, but it's either HP gloves and a defense chest, or defense gloves and an HP chest. It's some combination of HP and defense percentage on the chest and gloves, with HP and defense accessories and an HP banner. Yeah, I remember on my, not my last account, which was free-to-play, but the pay-to-win account I played before I played on my free-to-play account, I had Altan. So I used him because he had a really hard-hitting A1 with decreased attack. So I used him, and then Rosin had a really hard-hitting A1. I basically just brought in champions that were like tanky and had hard-hitting skills. And then I used Syl of the Drakes to heal because her healing is on a passive. So yeah, so generally for Eternal Dragon you want strong passives and really good A1s. And usually those types of skills are on epics and legendaries. So Coffin Smasher does have a nice passive which reduces the AoE damage my team takes. And he has a good A1 with the decreased attack A1. I don't have to worry about that getting put on cooldown. So he'll probably make the cut. Drexthar has a really good passive. Actually, the first time I ever beat Eternal Dragon on my last free-to-play account, I used Duchess and Drexthar. And whoever else was on the team, it didn't matter. So everyone would die. Duchess was built super tanky in regen. She would revive everyone, and then when the boss would attack and kill everyone, Drexthar's passive would place HP burn on the boss. And then Duchess would just survive long enough to revive Drexthar. Everyone would get attacked and killed. And Drexthar's passive would put another HP burn on the boss. So that's how I cheesed it. But I'm not gonna have Duchess this time, so I'm gonna have to figure out a different strategy. Alright, let's look at Reliquary's build. Oops. So we've got HP percentage on the gloves. I actually should probably max these out soon. I didn't realize I didn't have those built. And then defense percentage on the chest. We got speed on the boots. And then just, you know, defense percentage, HP percentage, defense percentage, speed, HP, speed. And we've got defense ring with defense percentage and HP percentage. HP with defense. And then we have HP with speed and defense. So just super tanky. So 48,000 HP, 2,500 defense, 175 speed. No real accuracy or resistance. And her masteries are, I'm like perfectly positioned. It's almost as if I planned it. The tanky clan boss mastery. So defense here, extra healing, reduce damage, and then counterattack. And then I went far left, all the way down to War Master, and then Life Drinker to get a little bit of heal when she gets low, if she gets the War Master proc. So that's how she's built. Yeah, no problem. And the Guardian set is for clan boss. So ideally, Haikatun would be in Guardian set 2, but I use her in so many places and my Guardian gear just isn't fast enough. So it would hurt me in other areas as well. Okay. I might lose some of these, but I'm at a point where I don't care. I just need to get these tokens spent. If I win, then I win. If I lose, then I lose. It's like, whatever. I don't care. Why did she not use her poison sensitivity? But Cornelia has so much healing, she can be really hard to kill sometimes. Like, right now, basically. She fully heals herself. Yeah. I don't think I'm going to be able to beat her. I was afraid of that. Maybe. With decreased defense and weaken, I might be able to kill her. Do a turn meter boost. Ooh, got her. Okay. Soulbond Bowyer ignores 100% defense. Oh, no, sorry. 75% defense. I lied. That was a lie. I would need Savage. See, that's the thing. Like, if I can eventually build her in a Savage set, I feel like I don't need Helm Smasher for the sake of her A2. But it would still be beneficial for, like, pushing through the waves. That's a tanky Death Knight. Excuse me. Yeah, no, I know. Armanza's a pain in the batootie. To put it G-rated. Yeah, I saw like a low power Armand's and I just assumed he didn't have any gear on. So I tried to fight him. He was like level 30 or something. I was like, alright, you know, no gear, I'll be fine. But apparently they just put a ton of speed and accuracy on him, and I got locked out and lost. It was really annoying. Let's see here. Yeah, that's probably fine. Oh, but I lost my train of thought. I was talking about the Eternal Dragon. I've actually got a couple champions set aside in my vault who can put his skills on cooldown. But the cooldown of the skills who plays his skills on cooldown is so long that I might not even be able to use it. Do I? Yeah, I still have a whole nother... Dang. It's gonna take me forever to get through those today. I did not... Well, I did a little bit of it. It was taking me a long time. And I only got about 80 points for an entire energy refill. So to get 600 points for Dark Kale... Or, sorry, not Dark Kale. The Kale skin... I don't know. It probably would have... The amount of energy I would have had to put in... It's not even loading. The highest level... Okay, I could do... There's a couple things I could do. Ideally, for this, you want to try to farm to 10. Because it drops more 5-star gear. On average, than any other stage. I could do 9. And I could do 11. But I can't do 10 with my shield guard. Stage 11 would take me like anywhere from like 4 to 7 minutes, depending on the RNG. And it was just a pain in the ass. And I would, if I was lucky, I was doing super raids too, and it was still taking forever. But, you know, sometimes I would get a brew and mystery shards, or I would get like a brew and a piece of 4-star gear that was worth like 4 points. So it's like spending so much energy for so little amount of points that I just decided it wasn't worth my time or energy. I'd rather be spent, like... Because at the end of the day, really the only thing of hot, like... I wish the tournament would load so I could talk about it more. But, the soul coins that are in there, I value. Because I can't farm Iron Twins. Yeah, so these would be nice. 25% of a red ancient shard. And then 3 dust? That's ludicrous. And then this has no actual value in terms of advancing my account. It's just a cosmetic. So I was like, this isn't worth my time. It might actually be worth it to get these soul coins. Like, I'm only 45 points away. I'll do that, yeah. But right now, my shield guard, like, he's in just about the best build I can do right now. I would need like 500 more defense at least, I think, just for more damage and maybe some more crit damage. But I can't. I mean, he's already in a crit damage amulet. I can't get crit damage gloves because I just don't have the gear, and he has to be on lifesteal in order to get to work. But it's probably worth it to get those soul coins actually. So. But yeah, I just can't do 10 with the stats that I have because he's weak affinity. This is what I was doing. I tried it with Armiger. It doesn't make it any faster or slower. So I figured I might as well just farm food. Hey, what's up, Premier Craft? Yeah, I feel like that's the case for most people. My clanmate said his Armiger was doing stage 7, but he's pretty endgame. Like he's if I remember, I'll show you what he does on Hydra. Yeah, I think he hits Nightmare Hydra, so just he's got good gear on his Armiger, I imagine. And I know he uses his Armiger for Scarab King Doom Tower Hard. So it's a good build. So he can totally do it. It just takes him forever. But the amount of points I get per energy, it's just like anywhere from like 4 to 12. If I'm lucky, I'll get 12. That's the most I've seen so far. And I got 2 pieces of 5-star gear. Yeah. Well, I mean, he was only doing stage 7. He's also got a fully maxed out Great Hall. So he's got resistance to resist the poisons, all that stuff. And just healed for 80,000. I think it's actually faster without Armiger, because each time someone from my team takes a turn, it spawns more spiderlings. And the more spiderlings there are in play when she does the sacrifice thing, the more she heals for. And so when Shield Guard's the only one on my team, he's the only one taking turns, so there are fewer spiderlings spawning, which means the Mama Spider heals for less when she does the reset. So she healed for 122,000 that time. Yeah, it just takes forever. So if I had, like, I think I have the gear on my account that it would take to farm 10. I just don't have the silver to level that gear up. So if I had the silver to build him so he was strong enough to farm stage 10, it would be much better because I get more tournament points for farming stage 10. And I can do it more quickly. But I've got less than 2 million silver, and it's going to take way more than that to level up all the gear. Also, I don't have a whole lot of stats put into my Spirit Affinity Great Hall other than accuracy and a little bit of HP. And he doesn't gain... There's no Faction Guardians for uncommons, so he's not getting any, stat boosts from Faction Guardians. So like all my rares are getting like plus 10% HP, plus 10% defense, plus 10% attack, extra accuracy, extra speed. He's not getting any of the extra bonuses. So what I decided when I woke up today is that I would just farm dragon. So I'd be spending energy that would actually be going towards advancing my account. But on second thought, getting those soul coins is probably worth it since I can't farm Iron Twins. And we're only like 40 points away, so I might as well pick them up. Because I do want to get my Frozen Banshee to 3rd star awakening, because that'll give her more defense. And she gains more attack at 2 star, which will do more damage to Clan Boss. And I'd like to awaken Coffin Smasher to like 3 stars, just because if I have to get good RNG to 2 Key Nightmare. So without the 2, every little bit of extra that I could squeeze out means I have to rely less on RNG. Yeah, I am farming a little bit of food, but there's not a whole lot of XP to be gained, unfortunately. And also, if it didn't take so damn long, it wouldn't be that big of an issue. If I could just bang them out quick, like, it'd be whatever. But we're almost 6 minutes in. I have put in my Hydra keys this week. Yeah, see, all of that, 6 minutes to get 8 points. 24 energy and 6 minutes for 8 points. That sucks. No, I didn't do them. I only had about 300. So, I mean, let me look. What would I get for 300? There's only 4 hours left. They give you 1 day? Okay, so I can get energy, multi-battles, brews, charms, gems. You know what? Trading, how much would 8? Oh, there's 80. Oh, 100 total. Okay, hold on. Let me see what 100 of those gives me. So I'm at... So that put me to 560. I'd get an epic book and some more coins and some energy. That might be worth it, guys. Ah! I didn't mean to click that. Okay. Sure. Yeah, let's do that. I'll take a small break. Because the spider tournament doesn't end until tomorrow, so I'll have time to do that. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, an epic book and some energy with soul coins is probably worth it. Plus all the extra mystery shards I'm going to get from farming stage 11 spider for this tournament. I normally don't like to do this unless there's also a champion training. I like to double dip, so I'm missing out on a little bit of value. Maybe I won't use the brews then, since there's no champ training. I'll just do this. This feels kind of wasteful, but now I'm second guessing myself. Because this is, I could be turning all these into 2 stars. And then I'll have more 2 stars to start with when the next champ training event starts. Oh yeah, if I had 1,000, it's 100% worth it. It's like a free legendary book. Right? That's what you get at the end? Yeah. Totally worth it. I'm not gonna pick that up yet, I need the space. I feel so, like, conflicted. Because, like, every brew that I spend doing this outside of a champ training event is champ training points I'm losing out on. But at the same time, every time I don't do it, I'm missing out on more 2-star chickens when I do my next champ training. The fusion warm-up's already shards. Did they at least give you the silver to open the mystery shards? Probably not. I'm gonna guess that they don't. No, they don't. They don't even give you the silver. Normally when you buy shard packs, they at least give you some silver to open. Or no, they don't, actually. Wow, that's stupid. What am I thinking of? Oh, this. This is, you get silver when you... So that's how much silver it costs to open these shards. So, that's what I was thinking of. I don't know, man. I am a firm believer in not giving Plarium any more of my money. But, you do what you like. I don't know. I really don't know if 1,000 mystery shards is worth $10. See, there's 2 sides of the coin here. Doing it this way is going to take me much longer to tear through my shards, but I'm getting more value from each mystery shard this way. So I will net more 2-star chickens this route, but I'm also technically missing out on champ training points in the future. It's an interesting way of looking at it. So let's break that down. It's 2 to 4 sacreds of points for $10. But are the rewards worth 2 or 3 sacred shard? I mean, the only thing worth $10 in here is this. So, I mean, in terms of like when books go on sale, $10 is usually a good deal for a legendary book. So in that regard, it's like kind of worth it. But I don't know, man. I'd rather, I don't know. I'm biased. Like I don't want to spend any more money on this game ever in my life. So to me, it's not worth it. But you know, if it makes you happy, then it's worth it. We'll put it that way. Because happiness is important. And now I'm filling up. See, this is the other issue, is now my champion space economy. I need to make room. Well, okay. I don't like putting 3-star food champions in here in my reserve vault because I have so many, like, there's faction guardians and fusion champions and all kinds of other stuff in here that I place value on, and I don't like to mix these things up. I'm gonna put Greybeard. This one can go in here. This guy. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure there's a way to speed this up. I'm like spamming click as fast as I can. Okay, the dude has the word lame is in his name, so I'm assuming that he sucks. So who names them lame? Lame-alar. Decreases damage taken by this champion by 30% when their HP drops below 30%. Interesting. AoE decrease attack. 100% chance. It places it on a 3-turn cooldown. I think he's good enough for Faction Wars. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if my clicking is fast enough. Another one. Oh, Skull Spawn. Okay. Alright, well. Where's that Lame-alar guy? He is going in Reserve... Or, sorry, Master Vaults. And then... This is a Faction Guardian. So I have one already. So let's move one of these 2-star chickens out to make room. I'm going to put that Faction Guardian in before I forget. Bam, baby. 7 free accuracy and 7 free resistance. Okay. So yeah, like, it would speed up the process if I just did this all the way. But that's a ton of... I think I'm just going to do this. I don't think I have enough room to make 2-stars out of all these champions. And it's just going to take forever. This is just faster. Feels wasteful, but I'll get more shards next time I do champ training, so it's not a big deal. And then it'll let me save my brews for when the next champ training event is actually active to get more points. Yeah, let's just do it this way. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it's not a huge waste. Unless, you know, you think about if I'm in a position in the future where I'm trying to squeeze out a few more, like, summon rush points or champ chase points to get, like, a pack of energy or gems. Like, it doesn't seem like a big waste. But, you know, every resource adds up over time. Because there was one point where they did a Michinaki event where you could pull 10,000 mystery shards and get Michinaki. So, not saying they'll do something like that again. And even if they did, it's, you know, it wouldn't be within the parameters of this challenge. But, you know, something to think about. Like, these are still resources that can be used for, like, you know, I might not be able to use temporary fusions, but if you guys are, you can use mystery shards to help complete fusions if you're out of other shards. So Rock Tooth. Hey, I had a feeling. 10% more defense. Okay, we gotta put that guy in my reserve vault so I don't accidentally eat him. Like, Raid Shadow Legends is a game of resource management. Especially if you're free to play. And mystery shards are a resource. They might not be like a super high value resource like sacreds, but they're still a resource, and they still have value. So, and for me, it's like doing it this way rather than doing it with the brews. I'm missing out on a ton of extra 2-star chickens, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it takes a lot to make a 6-star. So, I mean, but I think just for the sake of... Oops, actually, I keep forgetting that I have this one that I need to finish. But I just don't... This is just faster, and I'm streaming, so I'm just trying to be efficient. But also, saving the brews for a champ training, I put a high value on, so... That's also the other reason why I'm doing this. Oh, that's not the right one. Oops. Where are we at? Alright. I'm not going to have enough to get to 400, I don't think, but we'll see. Actually, real quick, let me check my arena. Yeah, I had a feeling these were up. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it was 10,000 mystery shards for Michinaki. Because there's someone in my community who actually did pull 10,000 mystery shards to get Michinaki. Oh, that... What's that set called? Or the... Reaction accessory. Messed me up there. Okay. Back to the shards. Actually, can I... So, in case you didn't know, it costs... I don't like spending gems on this, but 800,000 silver is a lot. Not as much as 300,000, though. Or, sorry, 300,000 isn't as much, though. Can I do... Nope, not a million. Okay. Alright. So much silver. Hey, welcome. You did miss too much. We did some Dragon 20 farming. Now I'm pulling these mystery shards for the mystery shard rush, or whatever it's called. And then I think when we're done pulling these, I might do a little bit more spider to try to get the soul coins from the spider tournament. So yeah, this is the riveting content we're doing now. Oh, perfect. Not that I would condone using sacreds. Oh, that's Ghoulish Ranger number 4, I think. Pretty sure my Undead Horde's Guardians are full. Okay, I actually plan to use Ghoulish Ranger. I actually might use that guy for something at some point. Is he the one I'm thinking of? There's... Hold on. That guy, I was looking at his kit when I pulled him one day, and I was like, you know what, he's not that bad. I think he gets crapped on, because he gets compared to other champions. Is this the one I was thinking of? Okay, no, this one is bad. Never mind, I totally lied. There's another skeleton, I think. Block after skills for one turn. Yeah, okay, there's one that has like a 4-hitter A2 on a 2-turn cooldown. That has turn meter reduction, so I was like, oh, that's kind of good. But it's not that guy, that guy sucks, so... He's no longer... Unless he's used for a fusion. Oh, he is used for a fusion. But we don't need 2. So we have a new 3-star chicken. Hey, thanks for hanging out, June. Take care. I know this is just cutting edge, thrilling content, cracking mystery shards and feeding commons to other commons, but wait, what? You're going the wrong way, Bart. Why? What is happening? Okay. Alright. Running out of room. I might have to actually stop and do some champ training. Oh, I guess I could... I don't want to use my brews. But I might have to just to clear out some space. It's either that or spend all my silver unlocking more slots. Actually, hold on. Where's that void guy that we don't need anymore? This guy. I have a ton of void brews, so let's do this. Oh. All my 3-star chickens are in my vault. That's fine. Whatever, I don't care. Now we get more energy. Man, okay. Okay. Wait. Let me check where I'm at on this stupid thing. Okay, so I need 300 points. I'm at I need 33 more. Alright. Do I just spend the gems? I really don't want to. I'd rather use those for, like, getting masteries or doing champ training. Oh, I've got one spot open here. Actually, no, hold on, I lied. Out. Where's that 4-star chicken? Okay, he can go in. So I need 33 more. And there's... Okay. Let's just do this. Yeah, so this is 10. There's 20. There's 30. 31. Gear cleansing? I could, but I don't know. 32. 33. Okay, that should be it. Nice. All right, let's. So we did all of that to gain a 2-star chicken, 75 energy, some brews, 75 gems, and 250 energy, 300 soul coins, and an epic skill tome. I think that was worth it. Okay. Was there anything else in here besides the energy? I probably don't have space for that. It probably went to my mailbox. Okay. So now... Yeah. A small price to pay. I was talking about the pros and cons of it earlier, but I think in order to gain an epic skill tome, the gems, and the energy, it was a worthy trade. Because the energy that I gained, if I put that towards campaign farming, I'll get a lot of those mystery shards back anyway. Same thing with the gems. The gems that I got, if I convert those into energy, I can get all that back. So, yeah, I don't know. The way I like to do gear cleansing Premier Craft is I level up pieces to like 4, 8, 12 and see if they're worth keeping to see how they roll. Because I don't keep a piece of gear unless I think it has potential to roll well. So in order to do a gear cleanse, I would want like 20 million silver before I even started doing one of those. So, I mean, there's probably some stuff that I can cut. Like, there might be some pieces that I kept early on that would have been good for me early on if I invested in them, but now I'm at a stage where they're not quite good enough because I'm farming Dragon 20 now. But I usually sell gear as it comes in if I don't think it's good enough. That's more silver than you think you've ever had at once. Yeah, building champions is fun, and it costs a lot of silver to do. So yeah, it's hard to resist building champions. So I totally get that. You hear that chair making noises? I hate this chair, man. But this chair with the cushions that I got for it are still more comfortable than the other chair that I normally use with the pillow in the seat. You probably, if you watch a lot of my videos, you see me like adjusting myself in the seat a lot because it's just really uncomfortable. So, you know, my bungee cord seat cushion mods to this crappy chair are still better than what I got going on my other chair. Would I agree that your what is better? Did I miss something? I am not on my new setup. I'm just using my new chair. Unfortunately, I bought my new PC 18 days ago, and I still don't even think it's shipped yet. I'm really getting pissed. So I was looking at the refund policy on their website, and you're not allowed to... Oh, shit. No, fuck! Oh, that was close. I had Raid open on my phone, so when I opened my phone, it started to launch Raid, and if that happened, I would have got disconnected and lost this battle, so that's why I was freaking out. So they have this, like, tracking feature I want to make sure there's... Okay, so... That's backwards. So that purple bar at the top, you know, I'm assuming when it gets to here, that means it's arrived at my house. It's like, what the hell are they doing? They said it takes 5 to 10 business days to assemble before it ships. I purchased my PC on the 18th last month. Early in the morning, at like 6 o'clock in the morning. So 18th, 19th, 20th, 21, 22. So that's 5 business days. And then Monday the 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th. That's 10 business days. So it should be finished assembling, and it should have shipped by Friday at the latest. Now, let's give them the benefit of the doubt and say they count Good Friday as a holiday. So, if that is the case, then yesterday, April 1st, should have been the last day of assembly, and it should have shipped. But as far as I can tell, it hasn't shipped yet. And then who knows how long it's going to take to ship. If it's not, like... It's so annoying. Like, when you spend nearly $3,000 on something, you shouldn't have to wait, like, 3 weeks for it to arrive. It's so much money to be tied up into something, like, and not have it. So, if you're looking at getting a custom PC, I would not recommend Build Redux, because I'm very displeased with my service. And so I was looking at the return policy, the refund policy, because I'm getting sick of waiting. And they won't let you get a refund until you have actually received the product. So by that point, like, there's no, like, once it gets here, I'm sure I'll be pleased with it, but, like, it's been almost 3 weeks. It's 18 days. I'm getting very frustrated. So I had to wait, like, 6 months before I had the money to get it. So I've already waited 6 months, and now I've waited another 3 weeks. But no, unfortunately, I'm not using the new setup yet. But my chair's here. I'm using my new chair. Oh, I haven't been on Discord. I'll look at it later. Actually, I'll look at it now because I'm curious if you say you're flexing on me. I mean, any chair, literally any chair would be better than this chair. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's a pretty epic gaming chair, bro. Okay, I lied. Maybe not any chair would be better than this chair. Oh, we actually got 24 points for our 24 energy. That was a good run. I would consider keeping an attack banner with attack percentage in the substats if it also had speed. But I'm just thinking about it, and I highly... Like, the champion who I'm currently planning on using for my damage dealer for Dwarves Faction Wars has a AoE weaken to place in her kit, so I don't even think I want an attack banner for her. Excuse me. Excuse me. Yeah, I thought about building my own PC, but I've never done it before, and B, when I was, like, researching how to do it, there was so much stuff that gave me a ton of anxiety having never done it before. Like, I was afraid that when I would push the RAM sticks in, that would, like, snap over. Like, that was freaking me out. Not, using too much or not enough thermal paste, like, that was giving me a ton of anxiety. Bending one of the rods, putting the CPU into the motherboard, like, that was freaking me out. Knowing which cables to plug in where was, like, there was so much that I've never done before. And also, I don't have any, like, There's nowhere really for me to like set it up that isn't on carpet, so I was afraid I would zap something and fry it. Like there's just too much that goes into it, and I'm not experienced enough. So I figured if I'm gonna spend all that money on a new system, I'd rather just pay someone to do it for me. And there's only a $100 charge, which I say only, but on the scale of how much the total PC cost, it's a fraction. You know, it's only like a couple percentage. Actually, less than 1% of the total cost. So, you know, it is frustrating, but I feel like in the future, like there are like pre-built gaming PCs that would have worked for my purposes, but I couldn't find any that had exactly the combination of like CPU and GPU. So, and I didn't really want to compromise because I had to wait so long to get it. I was just at a point where it's like, you know what, I want to get exactly what I want. Like, I have hardwood floors in the kitchen. The floors out here are cement, but we have, like, rugs laid down everywhere, so I would have had to, like, peel the rugs back and, like, do it on the floor. I don't know, man. It just, like... It seemed like there was a lot that could go wrong if I tried to do it myself. And my brother is an experienced PC builder. But I don't like asking people for favors because I don't know. It just makes me feel weird. So yeah, I don't know. I'm sure he would have been happy to do it for me, but at the same time, he might not have been. You know, like he's a certified mechanic, and he has a lot of knowledge for like building computers. So I'm sure people ask him for help with that kind of crap all the time. Like, hey, this is going wrong with my car. What, you know, like. So I don't like to bother him with that stuff because I know other people bother him with that stuff all the time. So I was like, I'll just have a system integrator build it for me. But it's been a very unpleasant experience. It's taken so long. I didn't expect it to take this long. So next time I'll probably just get like a nice pre-built, just so I don't have to worry about it. Yeah, maybe. I could have offered to pay him, but I don't know, man. Also, he lives like 100 miles away, so like I would have had to, you know, either ship everything to his house and then drive up there, and like it takes me an hour and a half to drive to his house, and then I have to drive an hour and a half back. It's just, I don't know. It's not like he lives right up the road. If he lived close by, it'd be kind of different, you know, because then I'd like see him more often, and it wouldn't feel like I was only reaching out to him because I needed his help. No. Well, maybe. I don't know. Depends. My brother and I work at the same place, so I know how much he makes an hour. It is possible that it would be, he would make, if I gave him like $100, it would be more per hour. I don't know how long it takes to build a PC. We make a pretty good living. Like, neither of our wives have to work. We are both single income families. Which is pretty rare these days. But we don't live in like big cities either. We're pretty, I don't want to say rural, but it's like suburban, rural kind of hybrid areas. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Like, I was watching a ton of, like, PC building videos. Um, like, and it seems like, you know, just because I was trying to learn how to do it. But then even my wife was like, just pay someone to do it, babe. Like, what if you screw it up? And I was like, yeah, that's a good point. What if I screw it up? She got inside my head, man. I don't know. I feel like I could have done it if I had just taken the plunge on it, but the risk versus reward just wasn't worth it to me. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Like I've never had to like set up the drivers and install Windows and everything like that before. Like the PC that I'm using now, it's an HP Omen. I bought it about 7 years ago. So it's been a really good PC, but it's starting to get to the point. Like I think the graphics card is a GTX 1070, and I forget which processor it has. But it's definitely an Intel processor because it's an HP Omen. But I forget. I think it's got like 8 cores or 4 cores. I don't remember. But when I bought it, it was like it wasn't like the top of the line, but it was like kind of like a couple tiers down from top of the line. I think it would be a cool experience to build one sometime, but I just like again, like the risk versus reward. Like if I screw something up, you know, and I don't know how to troubleshoot either, so if I connected something wrong and it wasn't working, I don't know, when the graphics card costs $900 and the processor costs like 500, it's like, what if I break something? You know, it's like, I don't know. It just is very anxiety inducing. It's a lot of money to put on the line, just for someone who has zero experience. I think we got the, yep, we got him. I really wish they would have got a better looking skin. That masquerade skin is just so dang ugly. All right, let's go back to Dragon. Actually, we're gonna check Arena because I'm sure it's been 15 minutes. Oh, hello, beautiful. Yeah, like it would be different if I had some like cheap old crap to practice on, but you know, this new build is not cheap practice crap. This is Daddy's new baby. Yeah, so hold on. I got a parts list. I'm not going to tell you how much I spent on it, but I'll tell you the parts, and you can kind of, if you have knowledge of it, you can kind of get an idea. So I've got the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4070 Ti Super with 16 gigabytes of VRAM. I went with the AMD Ryzen 9 7950X 16-core processor. I don't know much about motherboards, but it's an MSI X670 series. I got 32 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM. I got the Cooler Master Liquid all-in-one liquid cooler. 2 terabytes of NVMe M.2. I'll show you the case. I don't know if it'll show up on the camera or not. Not really. Actually, hold on. The case is my favorite part. Let me see. Find a picture of it. Trying to like zoom in, but it keeps zooming out. Oh well. So that's what the case looks like right there. I like that like tempered glass. You know, it puts the whole build on display. Which, you know, I like that. I think it's going to be nice. I'm excited for it. What speeds on the M.2? That's the hard drive, right? I don't know. Doesn't say on this. It might say on the... I have to go back to that site. I already exited out. Let's see. Customize. Memory. No. Storage. I don't know what you're looking for. See, this is nothing. I don't have a whole lot of... Oops. Yeah, so this is what it says. M.2 2280. I don't know what 3D NAND means. PCI Express 3.4 times 4. Oh, up to 2400 megabytes per second for max sequence read. I don't know if this is good, honestly. I don't know what any of this means. If you want to take a guess at how much I spent, you may. If you guess right, I'll tell you. But this is the storage I got. I know that the RAM isn't the fastest, but it's decent. So the RAM is 3200 megahertz. So I know that's not the fastest, but it should be fast enough for my needs. Or no, that's not right. Oh, this is the DDR4. Okay, hold on. I need to... They only show you... Speed... Hold on. Here. So, like, when you select your graphics card, so I went with this one, and then it'll change, like, compatible... So, like, now that I've changed the motherboard, it's changing the cooler and the available memory that you can select from. So this is the RAM that I got. So yeah, I don't know. So 52. I don't know what any of this means. Like I don't know. When I selected my graphics card, it suggested a 750, this one, the 750 watt ATX 80 plus gold power supply. Yeah, 750 watt. So yeah, I don't know what the vast majority of those numbers mean. I'm like amateur. So basically all I did was I just researched. Like, the reason I wanted NVIDIA graphics card is because I wanted the DLSS. I thought that was just, like, a really cool feature. So I knew that I wanted that. And of the NVIDIA cards that had the DLSS technology, the 4070 was the only one that, like, fit in my budget. So I got that. And then I wanted to get a processor that would not bottleneck my GPU and that would also have enough processing power so I could use Adobe After Effects, because I want to learn how to use Adobe After Effects so I could do cooler edits when I'm editing my YouTube videos. So I need a good processor for that. So that's why I went with the processor I picked. Like, I could have gone all out for, like, an Intel i9 14, you know, but in terms of price to performance, I've heard that the one that I picked is about on par with actually the Intel one is actually much better, but in terms of like power usage, it could potentially cost me like an extra $10 a month on my power bill to use that processor over the AMD one. So I was like, that's ridiculous. So that's why I made that choice there. And then they don't have a whole lot of options on memory. Like once you select your motherboard, it gives you compatible memory that they have, so I just picked the 32 gigs. That's it. So in terms of like finding pieces that are compatible for a novice, I don't even want to call myself a novice PC builder because that implies that I have knowledge of PC building. For someone who doesn't know a whole lot, the Build Redux was a very easy experience finding things that are compatible, because I tried other sites like PC Part Picker and stuff, but I had no freaking clue whether or not I was picking parts that were compatible. And out of all the sites that I went to, not only was this the most convenient in terms of like user interface and navigation, like my ability to navigate it, it was also the cheapest. And now I'm starting to figure out why it's the cheapest. It's taking like 3 weeks for them to build it and ship it. It's getting on my nerves. Wolf, you are spot on, my friend. After taxes, yeah, it was right around there. Yeah, this is all from Minecraft. Yeah, we need that the RTX 4070 Ti Super for Minecraft. I mean, I will be playing Minecraft on it, but it's mostly so I can do better, like higher end video editing. Like the software that I currently use for video editing is called Adobe Premiere Rush, and it's just like the free everyman, super like easy to use, entry level video editing stuff. And while it suits my purposes well enough, I would like to learn how to use other software, like more professional grade stuff, just for the sake of, it's fun to learn things. Okay, I'm going to take this over because it looks like we're stuck. I don't think. I'm going to bring War Maiden up for decreased defense. I'm going to go ahead and start throwing poisons out. I want this guy to die. Okay, that guy's dead, probably. But decrease attack on this Hordon over here, because he can actually smack. Okay, now I'm going to hit auto. I think we're good now. Sometimes Jesus got to take the wheel. Okay, I got you, Wolf. And what really annoys me is that I think like 2 days ago or so, I saw a bunch of YouTube videos getting posted about how CPU prices are going, or sorry, CPU prices are going down. So if I would have waited a few more weeks, I could have saved some money, which is kind of annoying. But it's whatever. It's not the end of the world. Just another... It would be one thing if my PC has already arrived and I was playing on it and enjoying it. It wouldn't sting as much because I would have it in my hands. But to know that they're still, like, assembling it and it hasn't even shipped yet, like, that's... Knowing that I could have saved a couple $100 is, like, really annoying. I'm hoping it'll be worth the wait. I'm assuming it'll be worth the wait. Right now, it doesn't feel like it is worth the wait, because I don't have my PC, but I'm sure once it gets here and I start playing on it and experiencing it, the raw power, If this was in a better set, I'd probably keep it. Speed with crit rate, destroy set. These are armor boots, baby. Scarab King is going down. 2 minutes. Okay. Yes, cleaning. Okay, that's another thing I have no idea how to do. This PC that I've got over here, I've had it for 7 years. I have not cleaned it once. I just don't know how to do it. And I know it's possible to ruin it if you don't really know what you're doing. So, yeah, I might have to watch some videos on how to clean and maintain your PC. Because with the amount that I've spent on this baby, I should probably take pretty good care of it. I was just actually thinking about that, because, like... Alright. Uh, Thank you, Premiercraft. It's very kind. I would appreciate that. Um, yeah, but when... Like, this is how... I'm like... I'm at a loss for words. I'm stuttering. So, when you're a kid, and it's like Christmas Eve, and you know that you have to go to sleep, but you're so excited, and you can't go to sleep because you're like waiting for Santa Claus to get here. That's kind of how I feel. To a point. To an extent, I guess I should say. There are times when I'm just like, I want it so bad and I'm tired of waiting, where I'll just sit at my new desk and just sit at the desk. How's War Maiden dying? That doesn't make any sense. She shouldn't be getting attacked because of her affinity. Well, it's a good idea, Wolf. The problem is, if I screw up this PC, if I like practice cleaning on this one, and I ruin it, then my wife is hosed because she uses this one. She's an author. She's working on the second book in her series currently. So, if I kill this computer, then she doesn't have a computer to work on. And then we'd have to buy another computer. Or repair it. I don't know. But under normal circumstances, your suggestion would be a good one. Yeah. Right now, my wife and I are sharing this computer. Am I gonna wipe? Oh, come on. I think not having War Maiden when we entered this wave to do decreased defense made it so Tayrel was hitting harder. I think I might actually fail this. Hold on. Not today. Let's do decreased attack over here. Uh-oh. She doesn't have her decreased defense off cooldown. He's got... Oh, that probably doesn't matter. What's it called? Evil Eye. So push Tayrel's turn meter back. Okay. Whew. Now Tayrel's damage has been decreased. We want to keep decreased attack on these nerds. Keep War Maiden from dying. Weak hits are good. But decreased attack over here. Ooh. Okay. I think if I hadn't intervened, I probably would have wiped. Because Coffin Smasher would not have put decreased attack on this guy. So who's the biggest threat? I think this guy hits harder than Tayrel. I could probably let it go now. Yeah, I'm just gonna hit auto. We should be good now. So, I've seen this fail one other time, and I'm quite confident I probably would have failed there if I didn't take over. So this isn't a 100% run, unfortunately. I think if I can get another AoE damage dealer in here, it would probably speed it up enough. Like, the faster I kill people, the sooner I stop taking damage from them. So, I said it before and I'll say it again. Getting Drexthar is going to be huge for this account. I think since I already have Dragon 20 on farm, it might not necessarily be prudent to start working on Kale. Maybe I should start, instead of trying to work on getting this faster, as much as it pains me to say, I don't know, like, having that daily quality of life is actually worth something, now that I think about it. Because this is the only stage 20 dungeon I can farm, this is where I want to spend my energy, because I'm getting higher quality of gear for my energy. Speed and accuracy on a 6-star legendary. I'll keep that. I've done as much of the spider tournament as I care to do. There's nothing else really left in it that appeals to me in terms of the hours of my life that are going to waste away. Like 25% of a red ancient shard and 3 dust are like kind of whatever, and I think this Kale skin is ugly. So, like, the gems and the soul coins are really the only thing I cared about in there. And I'm probably placed in the... Yeah, I'm 4th place right now, so I'm still going to get an ancient and some relentless unless this guy wants to try to pass me. If he does, it's fine. I don't care. Whatever. Actually, I just thought of something. Okay, so I get new refills tomorrow, so I might as well use these tonight. Yeah, like, I could work, like, I think in terms of endgame, farming Fire Knight has more value overall because of the shield set, the regen set, stun set, and savage. Like, there's 4 really good sets, particularly regen and stun, and maybe even shield. I'm gonna need a lot of for secret rooms and faction wars. And savage is just good. So I would like to start farming Fire Knight, but I think the highest level that I could probably farm on auto, maybe 14? Hold on. Because this wasn't fully booked, I wasn't getting back to it quickly enough. So now that he's booked, I'm going to try it on full auto. So see if we can do 14. I think I can do this. So, I don't know. We're kind of smoking it. So Torux needs to take one more turn after this in order to get his skill back in time. Okay, so we're good. He'll have it up for the second wave. Do I think I'll be able to do hard mode? I think I'll be able to do hard mode dragon, just based on the champion. Like, it's not going to be fast, but I think once I get Mithrala, because I actually use her in my Dragon Hard team on my other account, I think I'll be able to do Dragon Hard. I don't know if I'll be able to farm Fire Knight hard, if I'm being honest. Maybe stage 1 hard eventually, like way down the line, if after I get Lady Mikage. and I have an ally attacker. But okay. So Torx has his skill back up for the boss. So it looks like I can do 14 on auto. But if I'm going to be spending energy on dungeons, I'd rather do it in a place where I'm farming 20, because I just get better gear for the energy. So once I can farm 20 in Fire Knight, I am absolutely going to spend all my energy there, just because it's such a high value dungeon. But for now, I think I'll be getting more value for I need that decreased speed in Haikatune. I need what was I saying? I would rather just stop getting, if I'm going to spend energy, I'd rather get, max value for my energy in terms of just raw stats and better gear. But once I can farm 20 in Fire Knight, I will absolutely spend all my energy here. But for the time being, I think I'm just going to get better value for my energy farming stage 20. Haikatune plays decreased speed. It's literally the reason I brought you to this dungeon. Freaking me out, lady. Finally. Just in time, too. That was like her third or fourth attempt. She finally got it. Fire Knight just about went again, too. So with even like kind of crappy RNG, I could still farm this on auto. See, that's what I'm saying. I just spent 14 energy for a XP brew. Like, it just doesn't make sense for me to farm here right now when I could be farming stage 20 on Dragon. So, I think... See, it's like this double-edged sword. Like, that Dragon run takes like 5 or 6 minutes when I farm it on my phone, which is where I'm going to be doing the majority of my farming when I'm at work. So, speeding up that dungeon is going to equate to massive quality of life. And I don't know if I will be able to farm... I don't know. I certainly won't be able to do this until Soul Bond is level 60, because I actually have to get hit by the Fire Knight for Torx's reflect damage from Faultless Defense to take the shield down. So my entire team has to be able to take a hit and survive it. And then it's, am I fast enough to keep the turn meter down at that point? Yeah, I mean, I have Yakarl. I will have Yakarl. I might have to get creative for Fire Knight Hard. I honestly don't know if I'll be able to do it. But I know I'll be able to do Dragon Hard to some extent. I don't know if I'll be able to do like stage 10 hard. I'm gonna have to use Thea the Tomb Angel as like my wave nuker, because I'm not gonna have a seer. So I'm already planning on that. If these guys didn't have Evil Eye, this guy would have taken his turn and died already. It's kind of funny. I mean, in general, Evil Eye is pretty good for, like when I'm going to try to push through Doom Tower hard, every little bit of extra crowd control, even if it's just like pushing their turn meter back by 20%, like every little bit's going to count. So I like having Evil Eye for the most part. But right there in that specific instance, it was actually hurting me. Because if he would have just taken his turn, he would have taken all that poison damage and died. Maybe. Yeah. But gosh. On my last account, I had a full auto seer team for the waves, and I can just go from like 1 to 120. Like, it was a really fast team. But knowing that I'm not going to have access to that quality of life on this account, it's kind of depressing. Just to know that it's that luxury will never be available to me. Unless I can build my Thea Tomb Angel. Because I'll have Mithrala to set up the Hex, and Mithrala's a Void Affinity. And there's no way in hell she's going to get resisted, because I'm going to build her with like 14 billion accuracy. So... And slight spoiler, Mithrala is going to be part of... She is part of my current how to beat Bommel team strategy. She's part of that team. That's all I will reveal at this moment in time. I don't want to say what my plan is, because I don't want my strategy to get sniped by another YouTuber, but she's going to be massive Mithrala. So she's going to help me set up my Thea Tomb Angel with the AoE Hex, and then my Thea is going to be my Wave Nuker at like end game. So I'm going to need to like... The fact that she's Force Affinity is like kind of a bummer too, because there will be times where I'll be trying to farm like Spirit Affinity waves, and she's just going to weak hit, and it's going to be annoying. That's kind of a bummer. Sorry, JD. You're just going to have to wait. Just a little taste. That's all you get. All will be revealed in time. Who's your little brother? Does he make raid videos? No, it's not my brother. Not that I know of. Unless my brother's going incognito. What? Oh, I see what you're saying. I see. Okay. Not your literal brother, but... Okay. We look like we could be brothers. No plans for the solar eclipse. Last time it came through, like, our house was like 45 minutes from like the exact epicenter, so we were still within like the range to get the perfect eclipse, so we didn't even have to go anywhere. We just walked outside the front door and watched it happen, so that was pretty cool. But we're probably... I don't think we don't have any plans for this one. But the last one was weird, man. Like, we were standing outside, and then, like, it got really dark in the middle of the day. And then all the streetlights came on for, like, 20 or 30 seconds. And then it just went right back to being daylight again. It's kind of cool. I think my daughter was just a baby. I remember holding her while we were out there. Actually, yeah. Back during the last solar eclipse, I was still playing Hearthstone, and the Druid class has a lot of like star and like lunar themed cards. So I built an eclipse themed Druid deck to celebrate and honor the upcoming solar eclipse. And they actually have a card, I think it's called Moonfire, where if you go to cast the spell, you click it and drag it out of your hand, and when you do that, if you hold it out without actually casting it, there's an animation that plays over your hero portrait of like an actual lunar eclipse happening. It like happens in slow motion. So I was using that card in the deck, and like Astral Communion and like Solar Wrath, like stuff like that. Or it's called Wrath in Hearthstone, but if you play current WoW, then the spell has been changed to Solar Wrath. At least it was the last time I played retail WoW. I don't really play retail WoW anymore. I'm a classic Andy, as they say. Yeah, it was fun. I'm pretty sure it's still on YouTube, but I'd show you guys, but it's watching my old Hearthstone videos makes me cringe. That's why I made a new channel when I started making raid content, because I didn't want to, you know, be associated with that channel. Yeah, I saw some YouTube shorts about it. I think Neil deGrasse Tyson was talking to some late night TV host about it. Seems interesting, but you know, you've seen it once. It was neat. Some people talk about how it's like awe-inspiring and it changed their life, and I was like, yeah, it was like for me it was just like, oh, that was neat. All right, well, let's go back inside. Like, yeah. For those of you who are new to the channel, this channel used to be called Learn to Raid, but I quit playing Raid and I wanted to keep making YouTube videos and cover other games, so I rebranded my channel to The Adventures of Adam, because I generally play fantasy-themed games even if I'm not playing Raid specifically, like things like World of Warcraft, Baldur's Gate 3. I'm gonna get Dragon's Dogma 2 when my new computer arrives. You know, so The Adventures of Adam, you know, going on fantasy adventures, it seemed to be a good name for the channel. So so if/when I cover other games, I'm not covering them under the banner of Learn to Raid, because if I'm not playing Raid, then it's just kind of weird. One of my favorite things about streaming Raid is it allows me to focus a lot more on chat. It's like, if I'm playing, I don't know, like an action-based game, then I gotta be, like, locked in, or I'm gonna get destroyed. You know, like when I was playing hardcore WoW, I'd be, like, locked in so I didn't die, but I'd, like, see chat moving out of the corner of my eye, and I'd have to, like, ignore chat. Because I didn't want to, because in hardcore WoW, when your character dies, you delete it. Woo! 58! 2 more levels till we get 130 energy refills. 2 more levels, and we'll be maxed out. Oh! It's time to get Drexthar. Go away. Go away. 4 minutes. Okay, I actually do low-key... It takes like 4.5 minutes. I don't want my timer to get pushed back by 30 seconds. Ugh. Alright. Maybe I'll do like a faction war run or something. Yeah, I really do like Learn to Raid. And it was nice when that was the sole focus of my channel. I think because at that time I wasn't really, when I started the channel, I had no plans of like live streaming or anything. I just wanted to make guides. The focus was going to be strictly on guides for YouTube. But I got to a point where like I kind of missed streaming from when I used to stream Hearthstone, because streaming adds like a whole extra social element to playing a game. And that's what I enjoy most about streaming is the social element. That's true, Wolf. If I let it go, it'll you know. Let's do. Oh, let's take this off. We'll do one more run and we'll go pick up Drexthar. Oh no. Yeah. That's why I set the alarm on my phone. Just, you know, usually I don't get sidetracked and I remember to pick it up. But I wanted to make sure I set the alarm far enough ahead so that, you know, I wouldn't, like, if it went off while I was in the middle of a dungeon run or something, I would, you know, I'd have time for the dungeon run to finish and then I can go get it. Okay, let's go get that Drex. Oops, where's it at? 1 minute left. Oh no. My energy is over the cap. I'm not regenerating energy. So much value going to waste. Ugh. Six hours, huh? Okay. Oh. I haven't played Minecraft in a couple weeks. I could do a couple. I'll probably forget if if I start doing campaign battles, I'll get sidetracked and forget. I haven't played in a while because I'm waiting for the new PC to get here, so my daughter and I can play together. In the world that I started in Minecraft, I just uncovered this massive, like, underground, lush cave system. And I want to explore it, but I think it would be way more fun to go in and explore it with my daughter. So I've been waiting. So that's, like, another thing that's really frustrating about not getting my PC yet, is, like, it's not just me who's waiting. My daughter's been like, is your PC here yet? When are you going to get your PC? I want to play Minecraft together, you know, like... So it's not just like bumming me out, it's bumming her out too. She wants to play Minecraft with me. So I haven't made a ton of progress in Minecraft, but I'm really enjoying it. I'm glad that I gave it a second chance. The first time I ever played it, it was back when I was playing World of Warcraft. And I forget who it was, but someone's like, yeah, dude, you'll love it. It's exactly like WoW. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. If it's like WoW, then sure, I'll try it. You know, I knew what the graphics were going to be like. So that wasn't like a shocker to me or anything, but I was like going to play it and I was like, this is nothing like WoW. And I quit playing. That was like 10 or 15 years ago. But now that I like actually understand what the game's about, you know, like, okay, so there's this other game I was playing called Enshrouded, which is like a survival crafting game. And I was really enjoying it. And I kept hearing people saying, oh, it's like Minecraft for adults. And I was like, wait, is this really what Minecraft is like? Let's give Minecraft another try. Because there's a ton of like really cool survival games that have been coming out in the last few years. And the genre is really popping off and becoming more mainstream. So like rather than trying out all these new survival games, I was like, all right, well, let's try out the granddaddy of all survival games. And I knew that if I got Minecraft, my daughter would enjoy playing it too. So it's kind of like a 2-for-1. I wasn't just buying it for myself, I was buying it for the both of us. It's a lot easier for me to justify spending money if I know I'm not the only one who's going to get value out of the purchase. I'm a very stingy guy. It's very out of character for me to have spent this much money on a new PC, but because I don't get things for myself very often, I was like, alright, I deserve this. I deserve to get myself something nice every now and then. So... yeah, been having a lot of fun. You know, Minecraft has been a lot of fun. What I love most about it is they don't hold your hand at all. There's literally no tutorial. You just get dropped into the world, and you're forced to fend for yourself. Like, I had no idea what was going on. The sun starts going down. Now all of a sudden I'm getting attacked by zombies. I'm like, what the hell's going on? So, yeah, it was a really fun this experience of like learning and discovery. I like that kind of thing in games. Yeah, there's so much content. Like Minecraft has been out for so long. There's tons of DLC. So yeah, for sure. It's a whole can of worms to explore. Um, you beta tested Minecraft? That's wild, man. That's crazy. Well, I must have missed it because I didn't see any tutorials. The only thing I see is like when I would gather something new, there was like in the top right hand corner it'd say like new recipe discovered. Like, oh, okay. So then I go to the crafting table and see what I uncovered. So, like, it took me a while to figure out that I needed to craft wooden tools to harvest. What's it called? Granite or whatever or cobblestone. And then once I harvested cobblestone, I could make stone tools to like mine faster, and like discovering iron for the first time was really exciting. But I didn't know how to make iron ingots, so I was like just thinking about it. I was like, oh, I should probably like maybe I could smelt them somehow. So I was like seeing if I can craft a forge. There wasn't any forge, but there was a furnace. I was like, all right, well, let's see if I can put this in the furnace with the coal, and maybe it'll turn into ingots. And it worked. It's like, oh, nice. Like, now I got iron ingots. Now I can make iron armor and iron swords and iron tools. And just that, like, sense of progression and discovery was, like, really fun. And despite the graphics being so, like, lame and, like, super pixelated, when I discovered that underground cave, like that lush, sprawling cave system, it was like, this game is beautiful, man. It's such a great game. Like, I'm so happy that I decided to give it a second chance. Hey, thanks for hanging out, JD. Have a good night, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, man, Minecraft has been a lot of fun. I don't know if I'm going to stream it or not. Because for me, like, what I like about Minecraft is it's just like very chill and soothing and cathartic to just mine. It's like you just turn off your brain and go on autopilot and then boom, you like discover some rare node, and it's like, oh, sweet, like I discovered gold. So like the first time I discovered gold, I didn't know that I needed iron tools to harvest it. So I was trying to harvest the gold with my stone pickaxe, and I was breaking the blocks, but I wasn't like getting the materials to drop. So it's like, well, that's not good. Maybe that's when I like forced myself to figure out how to craft the iron tools. Like I didn't know how to make iron ingots. So like the whole like process of like I don't want to say research, but like I was like looking through the crafting table, looking for anything that I could possibly use to smelt this raw iron into iron ore, and I figured it out eventually, and I was so proud of myself for figuring it out. I know it seems like silly and stupid, but like it's been a lot of fun. So yeah, man, I'm looking forward to my PC coming in so I can start playing Minecraft with my daughter. Yeah, I think if I might do a Minecraft live stream at some point, but I don't know. I don't know how well my core audience of Raid Shadow Legends players will take to it. I do know that there's a small handful of you that would be into it, so I don't know. Maybe next time I go on vacation and have like tons of days off in a row, I'll think about it, because then I could do like my regular raid content, and then in between like my regularly scheduled raid stuff, I can do extra stuff. Because I don't want to not put out raid stuff. You know, like I don't want to do Minecraft Hold on, let me rewind. I don't want to do variety streaming and variety content at the cost of doing raid content. Because I know I know what my audience likes. I can see, you know, I can see my analytics. So I don't want to trying to think. I don't want to do other stuff at the cost of doing raid stuff. So I'll keep to my regular raid schedule, but the next time I have like a couple weeks off for, you know, like for example, I'll have 1 or 2 weeks off in the summertime, around 4th of July. So I'll stick to my regular raid content schedule, but when I have time off, then I'll kind of use that time off. If I feel like, you know, streaming, I'll do some variety stuff. Hey, what's up, Jack? We're just talking about Minecraft. I know that you like it. I also think that would be like a fun, like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of how to phrase this. Like, if I can plan to do a Minecraft stream at some point and like plan ahead in the future, like coordinate like a community event, so I'm not just streaming it, but I'm playing it with you guys too. I think that would be a lot of fun. So it's not just, hey, watch me play. It's like, hey, we're all playing together. Anyone who's interested can join in. Yeah, you can join the Discord. Here, let me get you a link. What I need to do, thank you for reminding me, I need to put the link to my community Discord in the description of my live streams. I keep forgetting. So that reminds me. I will do that. Here. That's the link right there. Hey, congrats on finishing the Sand Devil Turn Attack. They need to do something like that for Minotaur, because it feels so bad to never get value towards dungeon divers or tournaments for farming Minotaur. Minotaur, not only is it a chore, but there's no way to double... The only time you can double dip and get points for farming Minotaur is during CVC. And if you're an endgame account, then you're missing out on so much more points. Like, for my level of account, farming Minotaur isn't actually that bad. But if you can do, like, hard mode dungeons, you're basically throwing away points at that point. Yeah, CVC is the only time you get value. Other than... I mean, obviously you get value for the Mastery Scrolls, and it advances your account. But there's no way to get, like, rewards during, like, fusions or events or tournaments other than CVC. You know, if you're an endgame player, you can do like 400 points per dungeon if you're doing hard mode 10, compared to like the 40 points you get farming Minotaur or whatever, or 80 points, I don't know, however much it's worth. Yeah, I don't know. So, like, if there's a Dungeon Divers event going on, and you want to farm Minotaur, it's like, oh, well... I can farm all... You know, I'm not getting... Like, you're kind of... hosed. You're, like, wasting your energy because you're not getting Dungeon Divers points. Because sometimes... I don't know. I think there's ways it could be done better, is all I'm saying. It would be nice if there was a way to get value from Minotaur outside of CVC. Like, if there was, like, I don't want to. I'm not trying to say there should be Minotaur tournaments because then it will be incentivizing people to do Minotaur when they don't need to farm masteries. That's silly. But if there was a way to do like give you like a turn attack for like, but like dungeon diver points, I don't know, like something to that effect. Like if there was some sort of equivalent, like however many turns it takes you to complete Minotaur, figure out a formula to grant that many points for a dungeon divers event. That's all I'm saying. And same thing with like Sand Devil and Shogun, Phantom Shogun. Like if you can get dungeon divers points for farming those, that would be really cool. Because there are times in fusions where there won't be a dungeon tournament active, but there will be a dungeon divers active, so you're incentivized to not play the game and just bank your energy. Like what kind of game has a reward structure where they incentivize you not to play it? It's really silly. They should instead, you know, like, okay, well maybe there's no tournaments going on, like no dragon, no spider, no fire knight, whatever, none of those types of tournaments, but the dungeon divers is active, and I'm done with champ training. Maybe I'll just spend my daily energy in Minotaur today and start racking up points for dungeon divers, rather than being incentivized to hoard your energy and not play for 24 hours. I feel like that would make so much more sense. You shouldn't ever have a game whose reward structure incentivizes you not to play the game. In my opinion. Now, maybe that's just crazy talk. I've never made a game. What do I know? I'm not a game designer. I'm just a guy who's been playing games for 25 years. I don't know. Has it been 25 years? How old am I? 34? No, maybe not 25 years. 10 years at least. Or, sorry, 20 years. Ooh. Yeah, get that step goal in, son. I think I need some more water. My mouth is getting dry again. Oh, shaking my whole desk. I'll be right back, guys. Ooh, I am back. I only have 1,300 steps to go. That sounds like a lot. Maybe it's not. I don't know. It's the beauty of mobile games. You can take them with you on the go. 2 steps in. Oh, excuse me. Man, we've been going for 3 hours. It doesn't feel like it. I was worried I would burn through all my energy doing super raids and then it'd only be like an hour-long stream. I mean, you know, walking in circles is better than not walking at all. My job is a physical job. Like, I work on an assembly line. But my job specifically is not on the main assembly line. I work in repair. So I only have work to do when there's trucks that need to be repaired. So sometimes I'm like constantly busy nonstop all day. and sometimes I have a lot of downtime. So there are days where I get, you know, feel like I'm getting a good workout, but there are other days where, you know, maybe not so much. I did notice, like, my shoulders are getting smaller because my daughter's getting bigger. When she was little, I used to, like, pick her up and, like, yeah, you know, just play with her, like not just, like, play with her as in, like, spend time with her, but, like, literally, like, play with, like, pick her up and, like, you know. When she's getting bigger, I can't pick her up like that anymore. I noticed the other day, I was looking at myself in the mirror, I was like, man, my shoulders are getting small. It's like, I'm not doing that, you know, all that activity of, like, weightlifting. And so all through preschool and all through kindergarten, when we would go into the school, I'd like walk her into school, she would want a shoulder ride, so I'd like pick her up and like sit her on my shoulders. So like I was, you know, that was good exercise because where we parked, it was like a quarter mile from where we parked to her school. So I would get like walk a quarter mile with her on my shoulders, you know, and like picking her up and setting her on my shoulders. But now she's a big girl and she doesn't need daddy to walk her in anymore. She likes to go in by herself now. So now I just pull up to the curb and drop her off and she runs on inside. So that's another point of exercise I used to be getting that I'm not getting anymore. Pick her up so fast. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can post that just in general or whatever. I used to have, so I decided I was gonna start running a mile a day, and I was posting my progress in the community Discord because I thought, you know, if I had some sort of accountability and I was, you know, it would motivate me to do it, and it was working. And I did it for about a week, but it got to a point to where like my knees were starting to hurt really bad because I'm not exactly skinny, and running is like high impact on my joints, and it just became too painful and I just had to quit. So, but when I quit, I deleted that channel since I wasn't doing the mile a day anymore. Yeah, I weigh about 230 pounds. So it's, you know, and I was just running around my neighborhood, so it was like on the hard pavement. Yeah, I felt like it was a little bit too hard on my joints. So I quit doing it. I need to come up with a better way to exercise. And just the amount of time that I have free every day, like I commute like an hour and a half to get to work every day. And then I work from 6 p.m. till 5 a.m., so about 11 hours. And then I drive an hour and a half home. So like 15 hours of my day are taken up by work, either working or commuting to / from work. And then I gotta get sleep, so, you know, there's 8 hours of my day. So I have like basically an hour of free time split between before and after work every day. So what I was doing is I was trying to get my mile in when I get home from work. But, you know, it's hard to motivate yourself to run a mile when A, it's painful, and B, you've just got off an 11-hour shift. You know, so I failed. I was doing good for about a week or so, but my time was slowly getting faster. Like the first one I did, it was like 15 or 16 minutes, and I managed to get down to about 11 or 12 minutes, but I had to quit. It hurt too much. Maybe you should quit walking around with candy in your pockets and kids will stop coming up to you. I'm kidding, I'm kidding. Also, when I made the Mile a Day channel, I called it the Mile a Day Club. hoping that other people would be motivated to join in with me, which would further motivate me to do it, but nobody else joined in, so it's just me posting my screenshots of, you know, me after I did my mile, being all sweaty. So, because there's no one else doing it, that also kind of demotivated me. I felt lonely in it. I should have got a standing desk and a treadmill. So rather than just sitting on my butt streaming, I could, you know, at least be walking, getting my miles in on a treadmill while I play and stream. Come to think of it, that's probably the only way I could motivate myself to exercise, if I can play video games while I do it. Yeah, maybe I will. I'll add a meme channel. I just usually post stuff that if I feel like posting memes, I just post them in general. But I can make a special meme channel. So what I did is, when I was trying to figure out what path I should walk, I got home from work one day and I reset the odometer on my car, and I just figured out a path that was as close to a mile as I can get. I think my actual path was like 1.02 miles. Like, it wasn't a perfect mile, but it was close enough that, you know, I just called it a mile. Yeah, I downloaded a, I made a special playlist to listen to while I was jogging. And it was a good playlist. It you know, it was doing its job. It motivated me and kept me moving. Well, so I know that okay, so the fusion won't start until this is over. And my weekly quests will reset here. So I was really hoping to save this energy for a champ training event. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to, especially since this was already technically a champion training event. So I think I'm going to sit, like, because I don't need to use that energy until tomorrow. So I think I'm going to save this and hold out hope that we'll get a champion training event, and I can put this towards 6-starring my Sloban Bowyer. I'm so excited to see what she can do, man. She only has 74% crit rate, so I'm one shy. And I have seen her not crit before. Which, you know, that's what happens when you only have 99% crit rate. There's a 1% chance. But I was looking at her stats. Like, not just her current stats, but like, you know, this is the banner I have set aside for her. So she's going to get a ton more HP. I'm pretty sure, based on the random numbers that I crunched, that when she's 6-star and has this banner on, she'll have more HP than Shield Guard, which means Shield Guard, I can make Shield Guard my Spider Tank for Spider 15. So yeah. So that's good. Actually, with this banner on, she might not necessarily need this perception set. Oh, this perception set? So I might be able to find... These are like my best crit damage gloves. Like the speed and the crit rate and the attack percentage. I might just break this perception set to try to find something with like 1% more crit rate, just to get her to 100% so she doesn't whiff time to time. But that's a problem for another day. So I think, since I'm planning on saving this energy for tomorrow in hopes that we get an actual right and proper champ training event, I think that's going to be all for this stream. We've been going for about 3.5 hours. So to everyone who tuned in and hung out tonight, thank you. For all the people who were tuning in and watching me talk while my microphone was muted and didn't say anything, Who was it that actually told me that my mic was muted? Dark Boon. Dark Boon, you're the man. You're the real one. Just thank you. So hopefully, anyway, thank you for watching, guys. Hopefully, I'll see you in another video soon. But until next time, happy raiding. Take care, guys.